Hello and welcome to week one of our next block of training. So the focus on this particular block is more speed and power. So we're going to be doing some short, sharp intervals and trying to build some power and strength as the next 8 weeks progress. So I'm just going to run through this week quickly just to have a quick chat about each of the sessions, give you some kind of notes. So first of all, on Monday, speed endurance session. So the idea of this is that you slowly build your pace up over the time period there. So you run for 30 minutes in total. You want to be running pretty much flat out by the time you get to 25 minutes in, but you want to have a really steady build up to that pace. So you're spending 25 minutes building up pace. Okay, so just finishing at a really solid pace, 25 minutes or there or so, thereabouts into the session, and then easing off now back down to a jog and just feeling nice and jogging nice and easy towards the end there, just to finish off the time. Don't worry too much about specific paces, as in minute per mile pace, a minute kilometre pace. Just go on feel and just make sure you put in some work in around that 25-minute time. We've got our first double bike day on Tuesday. So the idea of this really is to get a good amount of work done without, well, first of all, without creating a huge time drain, if you like. Because 2 hours during the week can be quite difficult for some people. And also it allows us to get a lot more work done in what's an hour and 40 minutes on this particular week. I.e., if you were to do these two sessions back to back and continuously, they'd be much more difficult. So it allows you to spread the load a little bit. So you want to be doing the first session. Kind of have a look at the title here and making sure you use the one that says "do first," because they are intentionally this particular way around. This session should be a little bit harder than the second one. Okay, so we get the harder one done first of all. You got a little bit less fatigue in your legs, and these are short intervals. Okay, so as you can see there from the description, we're doing 3 lots of 30 seconds hard, 30 seconds easy, 3 lots of 1 minute hard, 1 minute easy, etc., etc. Now the hard means that you can just about manage to get through the time period. Clearly, the 2 minutes hard won't be as hard as the 30 seconds. You can go harder for 30 seconds than you can for 2 minutes. All right, so it's a maximum effort. Again, don't worry too much about power, specifics of power and heart rate, and this just purely go on feel, and make sure you take your full rest and recovery, and make sure you do your warm up and your cool down. Okay, and then the second session is a sweet spot session. So sweet spot is kind of the best way of describing it, I guess, is the most return on your kind of fitness gains that you can get for the minimal effort. All right, so it's a solid, sustainable pace. Getting the most bang for your buck, I suppose, is one way of putting it, in return for the effort that you're putting in. So 3 lots of 6 minutes, sweet spot effort. So if you're not sure about power and heart rate and all that kind of stuff at the moment, then 7 or 8 out of 10 effort. So again, a really good, solid, sustained workout. 3 minutes easy spinning in between, just to recover and prepare yourself for the next one. And again, make sure that you do the warm up and the cool down. On Wednesday, this nice steady aerobic endurance run. These are nice and short at the moment. They will build, so just make sure that you're going nice and easy, because 45 minutes easy doesn't feel like much at the moment. When we build up, for those that are doing longer distances, to 2 hours easy, you want to make sure that you're keeping the effort level down. On Friday, we have a short endurance brick. So strength endurance brick, sorry, I should say. So 30 minutes, 10 minutes easy spinning, and 10 lots of 1 minute hard, 1 minute easy. And it's similar to the double bike day session. Hard means as hard as you can go for the minute, and then easy means as easy as you can to prepare you for the next interval. All right, so throughout this plan, whenever you get any rest periods, take them, because you need to be treating them as preparing you mentally and physically as best you can for the hard work that is to come. Don't let the ego take over and think you need to keep high power going, because you won't get the maximum out of the harder intervals if you do that. All right. What's really important with these this brick and these short intervals that you keep the cadence really low because these are strength workouts. Okay, we want to be putting the load through the legs, not so much through the cardiovascular system. Hold yourself solid on the bike and push down strongly down through the pedal stroke. Okay, we're not pedaling in circles, we're pushing down with a downward motion, recovering on the upstroke. So again, nice and easy. Just going back to this, the double bike day, actually, if we have a look at the cadence on this particular one, I forgot to mention it before, it's 50 to 70 cadence. Again, low cadence, pushing hard, building strength. Okay, back to the brick then. So running off the bike, simply just get used to running off the bike, 20 minutes, nice and easy. Try and make the transition from bike to run as quick as you can, and that's it. Then on to speed interval session on Saturday. So we take yourself through the warm up. So nice and easy pace with some shorter, faster intervals in there. And then the main part of the session is 16 lots of 200 with 30 seconds recovery. Now the 200 intervals should be done at your goal 5k race pace. Okay, so if you, for example, you did, I don't know, 22 minutes for your 5k in the run test, you want to be setting yourself a target of, for example, 21:30, and try and work out what pace that would be for these intervals. So you're constantly working at goal race pace or a kind of a PB race pace for these intervals for all 16 of them. It might feel quite easy early on, but when you get up to numbers 13, 14, 15, etc., then you'll start to feel that pace. All right, so that's pretty straightforward, and then nice easy jogging just to cool down. And again, the recoveries in the main set super easy. If you want to just jog them out or walk them even, then that's fine too. They can be done on a treadmill. Sometimes for an interval like this, you're better off kind of just jumping onto the side of the machine, because sometimes the machines can take such a long time to decelerate and accelerate that you won't get any rest really. You're just kind of messing about with the machine. So just jump on and off the machine if you can do so safely and you're happy to do that. Just going back to the second, actually, if you do it on the machine, just keep an eye on the kind of the speed reading on the machine, and then next time when you do the same session, you'll know exactly where to take it to in terms of pace. You'll know what you're capable of holding for the 16 intervals. So this allows you to get a little bit more dialed in with what kind of pace you're running at. On Sunday, we have a long ride, and again, similar to the aerobic runs. Ride for the time, nice and easy effort. These will get longer. Okay, try not to blitz it and get kind of the ego take over a little bit, because ride too hard on the Sunday run. Think about the next couple of days. You've got some big workouts, and it will impact the quality of those workouts. So it's always quality work that we're aiming for. Okay, so that's pretty much this week. The next few weeks carry on in a similar pattern. And I think that's pretty much all we need to cover for now. The swims are obviously dropped in there as well. They should be pretty self-explanatory, but as always, if you're not sure, then give us a shout.